Hello, how is everybody doing? My name is Michelle Koo. I lead a futures think tank called the Center for the Edge, and I'm very excited to be among the community of future thinkers and doers here. And today, I'm going to talk about the future of the internet, the metaverse. Yes, I know, you already heard everything about the metaverse. Enough already. Okay, I'm just going to talk specifically about the metaverse in Asia. And by the end of my sharing, I hope you will be as excited and convinced as I am on the prospects of the metaverse in this region. But first, I want to introduce you to these four ladies. Ima from Japan, Angie from China, Rosie from Korea, and Aileen from Thailand. These women are top influencers in Asia and are representing big brands like Amazon, Prada, IKEA, Nike, and so on. They cross between the virtual and physical worlds. No, they are not your latest K-pop girl band. What do they have in common? They're completely virtual. They're not real humans. Just think for a minute the capabilities required to develop these virtual humans. AI, hyper-realistic 3D rendering, enabling them to seem to interact with the physical world. I was really impressed to see Thailand introduce its first AI human, and when my team traveled there, we found her face plastered on all the metro cards. One study found virtual influencers had 3 times the levels of engagement as real human influencers. So they're beating us at our game. Let me introduce you to Singapore's own AI human. She's a TV presenter, she dances and sings. She's fun and connects with her audience in a real, authentic way. Who is she and who created her? None other than me. I created this in less than half an hour at Meta Studio. The avatar was able to follow my moves in real time, so I could actually do a live stream talk like that. And if you noticed earlier, the animation was detailed enough, my avatar had realistic shadows and reflections in the glass. No special software was needed for the facial expressions, just the iPhone's facial recognition software. With the click of a button, I could easily change my look and dress and even background. Okay, this is starting to get a little embarrassing. Granted, my attempt was a lot more amateurish than the first 4 ladies, but I think not too bad for 20 minutes of work. I can also do a lot more if I could design the 3D space around her and add 3D objects myself. And according to NVIDIA, very soon I can. NVIDIA researchers just announced Magic 3D, which allows me to create 3D models purely from text prompts. I've had some experience with AI art generators. Every single artwork in this presentation was created with text prompts through AI art generator DALL-E. And very soon I will be able to create 3D art too. That is the real potential of where metaverse technologies can take us. People with no programming background or professional camera and post-production equipment can create live, immersive content quickly and relatively easily. So with a little bibbity-boppity-boo, ordinary people like me can start to create my own virtual metaverse world. So, what is the metaverse? The metaverse is the next facet of the internet, a more immersive version of the internet that connects the physical and digital worlds more closely. I'd like to clear up some misconceptions about the metaverse. The metaverse is not just VR. While VR and AR does help make the experience more immersive, in fact, many of the metaverse experiences in Asia are designed for 2D screens like laptops and the smartphone. The metaverse is not just Meta or Microsoft, especially in Asia. There are so many companies, big and small, even individual developers or small groups trying really cool stuff in the metaverse. This video was created by a talented trio who created a whole dystopian metaverse version of 2065 Singapore in Unreal Engine. They call themselves Metamo Industries. They created this as a passion project over the past 10 years. I love that despite the existence of flying cars, the green public bus still endures. The metaverse is not new. The first immersive VR experience dates back to 1957. Those working in the field of 3D modeling and digital twins will tell you they've been around for years. What's different now? What's different is that these technologies are converging, and they're colliding at a faster and faster pace because the technologies are being made available to a wider group of people beyond your super smart coders and designers. And very soon, as you've seen with avatar creation and Magic 3D, these technologies are being democratized for everyone to use. That will be when we reach a critical tipping point. The metaverse is not just for gaming. Game developers do help us imagine what is possible. But when those technologies behind high-quality immersive games are put in the hands of every company or community, imagine how that would remove physical boundaries, how it would change the way we collaborate, how it could redesign difficult and dangerous jobs. The metaverse is not something from the US. There is a lot happening right here in Asia. So if you're passively sitting there thinking that you just wait for the big tech companies to figure out whether avatars should have hands and legs, think again. We believe Asia will be central to the metaverse because of two gravities, demographic gravity and technological gravity. It's not surprising that the center of demographic gravity is in Asia. 60% of youths aged 15 to 24 live in this part of the world. It is the youth that are the most receptive to the metaverse and who are going to spend most of their lives in the metaverse. Asia has 1.3 billion mobile gamers, the biggest mobile player base worldwide. Many of them are spending their time and money on gaming, socializing, attending concerts, and purchasing items in virtual platforms such as Roblox, Decentraland, and Fortnite. Metaverse platform Sandbox and Zepeto originated from Asia, and it helps that many people in this region have a positive view of metaverse technologies like AR, VR compared to other parts of the world. But why do I say that the technology gravity is also centered in Asia? Asia controls a lot of the supply chain, including natural resources from China and Indonesia. Asia exported 81% of cell phones and 75% of integrated circuits globally. Taiwan manufactures 90% of the world's advanced semiconductors. Japan and Taiwan are also major suppliers of gaming consoles and VR/AR headsets. South Korea and China are leading the world in 5G deployment. Even Thailand has one of the fastest fixed broadband speeds in the world. In terms of research, China is of course a leader in AI research. Other economies like Japan, Korea, Singapore, and Hong Kong are also investing heavily in metaverse technologies like AI, digital twin technologies, and so on. Talent-wise, India, Pakistan, and Philippines are go-to destinations for IT offshoring globally. And there's a lot of developer talent also coming out of Singapore, Vietnam, and Thailand. We also see a lot of experimentation in new business models in entrepreneurial economies like Thailand, Vietnam, India, and the Philippines. Now, gravitational pull is something quite hard to fight against. That is why we believe that economic potential of the metaverse in Asia is going to be significant. To put a number to it, we estimate it will add 0.8 to 1.4 trillion US dollars in GDP per year to Asia by 2035. Now you know how big the opportunity is in this region. Let me take you on a little tour of Asia. When talking about the metaverse in Asia, the first stop has to be Korea. Korea is the first government of an advanced economy to put out a comprehensive blueprint of the metaverse. The video you see is the popular metaverse platform Zepeto, which originated from South Korea and allows you to trade virtual fashion items. Zepeto has over 300 million registered users worldwide. 500 companies in Korea, from giant conglomerates like Hyundai and Samsung to startups across multiple sectors, have come together in the Metaverse Industry Alliance to work out not only the business opportunities, but also think through ethical and social issues. Japan has had such an influence on this region, on virtual and imaginative worlds. They brought us Final Fantasy and Pokemon Go, the largest AR game to take the world by storm. Japan can tap on this strong heritage in digital craftsmanship to benefit a wide range of sectors. Just look at the attention to detail on this 3D Nike ad in Shibuya. The COVID pandemic gave rise to many metaverse experiments in Japan, from tourism to retail, and I think we can expect a lot more in the future. Singapore, as one of the most innovative countries globally, has taken one step beyond most countries to apply holographic technologies to healthcare. While most other countries have been applying VR and AR to training doctors and nurses, Singapore has successfully conducted its first holography-assisted heart surgery. What you see on screen is a real operation. That's a real human being he's cutting up, not a dummy. Now, moving from the high-tech economies to the giants, if you want to predict the future of social trends in the virtual world, you don't need a crystal ball. You just need to visit China. However, China has bigger demands of the metaverse and wants to see it manifest in its manufacturing and industrial sector, the real economy. BMW has just set up a new factory in Shenyang, China, and it is the first factory that BMW has planned and simulated completely in a virtual environment from the beginning of design to operations. India is building the necessary infrastructure that will facilitate digital transactions from identity to payments. This will help the country make a confident and secure leap into the metaverse. What is fascinating about the metaverse is that it's not just a play for the giants, and many of the smaller economies are carving out their own niches. Taiwan, as I mentioned, is already a central node of the world's semiconductor supply chain and is growing to be a manufacturing hub for VR and AR headsets. But what makes the city a vibrant hub for the metaverse is that they also produce great VR content. They caused quite a sensation at the recent Venice Film Festival with very outstanding VR films. The Thai government is investing in world-class technology infrastructure. They beat out Singapore and Hong Kong in 2021 to have the fastest broadband internet speeds in the world. So they are creating the best possible environment for their entrepreneurs and developers to succeed in the metaverse. And their entrepreneurs have held up their end of the bargain with many metaverse projects for commercial, real estate, and others. This video shows one of the metaverse real estate projects in Thailand, and I've already introduced you to their AI human Aileen. What helps is that the Thai consumers are also adventurous and willing to give new technologies a try. Last but not least, Indonesia is the dark horse I'm rooting for. They're looking at the metaverse as an opportunity to level the playing field for micro, small, and medium enterprises. Their state-owned telecom provider is creating a metaverse platform to facilitate this. It is called Metanesia. You're watching their promotional video. One of their leading metaverse companies is also looking to bring AR technologies to suburban shops in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. So as you can see, each Asian economy is writing its own next chapter of the internet. The metaverse is about the next leap in human storytelling. This is why, beyond the economics and the fancy technology, the metaverse represents an opportunity for us to tell and preserve our stories with all the richness and diversity of the cultures in this region, provided we all step forward to take our virtual fates in our own hands. Through my sharing, I hope you now have a clear sense that the metaverse as the next iteration of the internet is inevitable, and Asia is going to be a fascinating region to watch. But while the metaverse is inevitable, a human-centered metaverse is not. My wish for Ecosystems 2030 is that we build that ecosystem to honor what being human is in a digital world and to shape a metaverse that brings out the best of what being human is. This is a rapidly developing space, so I hope we can carry on the conversation beyond today. Please stay in touch with me. My contact details are on the screen. I wish everyone many happy explorations into the edges of Asia. Thank you very much.